Okay, so I'm Sean Clark. I'm an artist and curator based in Leicester, in the centre of the UK. And I'm here with my colleague, Sean Carroll, who's a PhD student at Montfort University, who's associated with this project. So the Computer Arts Archive is the sort of expanded new archives of the Computer Arts Society, which is a member-based organisation that was established in 1968. Up until around, well, the work that had been collected by the Society up until around about 2000 has actually mostly gone to the V&A in their main collections, their digital art collection. And I've been focusing really on collecting newer work, but also filling in some of the gaps that perhaps did not get passed over to the V&A in the first wave of the Society. So very briefly, we are a Computer Arts Archive is a non-profit company that collects, exhibits and promotes computer arts for the benefit of artists, audiences, curators, educators and researchers. We collaborate with other collections, museums and galleries to explore the impact of digital culture and ensure that computer art is recognised as a significant contemporary art form with a rich and diverse history. In particular, we work closely with the Computer Arts Society, a member-based organisation founded in 1968. So that's our mission. We were set up as a community interest company, which in the UK is a type of non-profit. We set it up as a company so that any work donated to the archive would be protected. It wouldn't be sold or it wouldn't have be transferred over to a commercial interest. We were established in the year 2000, January 2020. And as I mentioned, we're based in Leicester, UK, and in particular a building called the LCB Depot, although that is changing. Now, we had planned to launch in July 2020. That turned out to be not a particularly good idea. Obviously, the pandemic was in full flow then. So we're really only launching the project proper now. So 2 years late, but that's not necessarily a problem. I don't think it is going to affect our ultimate goals. One thing that has happened over the last couple of years is that we've had a developing relationship with Montfort University here in Leicester. One aspect of that is Sean Carroll doing his PhD in association with the archive, but it's also looking promising that we will have a university-based space to host the archive and ensure that it's looked after in good condition. So this is the LTB building that we're in at the moment. This is what the archive space is. As you can see, it's quite small. That was us moving in. And already we need more space. So that's one of the reasons we're talking to the Montfort University and other spaces as well. And we do have a website, computerartsarchive.com, which should be easy enough to find. So very briefly, because I know it's a short talk, I thought I'll explain our strategy for collecting. Our core curated collection is what we call the CAS 50 collection. It was a collection of artworks brought together for exhibition to help celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Computer Arts Society. And those celebrations culminated in an event that we called Event 2 that took place at the Royal College of Arts in 2018. We collect artworks, but also books, catalogues, videos, DVDs, CD-ROMs. And we're particularly interested in digging deep into some of the untold stories surrounding digital arts and development of digital arts, not just in the UK, but we're UK focused, but we would like to work with artists elsewhere, obviously. And we're also offering a place where we can accept, if you like, legacy collections. So artists who passed away, their families want their work to go somewhere safe. And we've already got an outstanding collection of work in that field. And we also are interested in connected materials. So we want to be able to tell stories, narratives, and that would involve collecting materials that are connected to the artist, not necessarily artworks or even obvious ephemera. The strategy at the moment is we're starting with printed works, and we have around about 100 printed artworks from 44 artists at the moment. We then want to move up to collecting videos, screen-based works running on custom software, and ultimately installation artworks. But I see the collection being grounded in printed works and works that are easy to exhibit and transport and so on. But our ultimate goal is really to collect work of all sorts that's relevant to our core goals. In terms of collecting ephemera, publications, books, reviews, that sort of thing. We have well over 100 books in our collection at the moment, associated ephemera such as catalogues, flyers and publicity materials. And then we're also generating and collecting documentary materials, doing interviews with artists and so on. And ultimately, we would like to collect algorithms and explanations of the artworks, particularly the early works, where there's a risk of these being lost because obviously the computers that ran them are no longer available. So, final slide, our collections at the moment. Right. We have our core CAS 50 collection, which has worked from the 1960s to the present day, like I say, 100 or so framed works. We have a collection called Micro Arts, which is work from the 1980s. That's currently being exhibited actually at the BCS, British Computer Society headquarters in London. If anybody is in London, wants to go and have a look at that. We have additional materials from the CAS archive that haven't gone to the V&A that we're collecting. We're collecting materials from the EVA conference, Electronic Visualization and the Arts, and we have their entire archive, a very large collection of boxes at the moment. And we've been talking about collecting the ISEA Physical Archive, which is currently with Sue Gollifer in Brighton. That should hopefully be finalised very, very soon. We have a lot of work relating to 1990s cyberculture and a legacy collection, if you like, from Edward Inatovich. It's very good, and we're also collecting work relating to artists in our own area, Leicester digital artists. Sean, so hopefully I haven't run over too much, but that is really a summary about our archive project.
Your time is up, Sean, sorry.
Yeah, and that's me finished now, so yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.